Hello, hello. Maybe we've met in person, maybe we have not. So, in case we haven't, I'm David Hughes, and I'm so excited that you are on the other side of this screen right now watching this video because I made it for you. Yes, you, no matter who you are, where you're at, where you've been, where you want to go. What I'm about to show you is the step-by-step process that totally transformed our lives financially and the lives now of many other people we've shared this same recipe with, that has blown them away and generated results beyond what many people even knew they could do financially. And so I'm so excited for what's in store for you. What's the main requirement for you to be successful in implementing what I'm about to share with you? Number one is you have to be very coachable and teachable. After coaching thousands of people through the years, I've found that so many people raise their hand and say, yes, I'm coachable. Yes, I'm teachable. I'm willing to be, follow instructions, follow a step-by-step proven process. But in reality, most people are not as coachable and teachable as they think or believe that they are. And the reason that I know that, and it's not an assumption or an opinion, is because the tangible reality of their actions, right? So many people say, yes, I'm coachable and teachable. And then the coach shares the game plan, right? Which I'm about to give you the game plan, the literally step-by-step playbook of how my wife and I received that check you saw for $1 million on a part-time basis. And the exciting part is that that's an extra million, right? It's not a total of $1 million. It's $1 million in addition to the cash overflow from the income producing assets that we've acquired in business and in real estate. And so I hope you go beyond just this video to learn a lot more about all of those things, about how money works, how to get money working for you, and more importantly, how to get money multiplying for you so you can live that limitless life that God put you here to live, where you're living on the other side of money, where money is working for you. You're not working for money. And you step over that line to where you can live life full time with no limits, pursuing all those passions, dreams, purposes, callings in your heart. That's why I'm so passionate to be here, equipping and empowering you with this step-by-step process so you can step into that freedom and abundance that will allow you to be the full version of who God created and designed and purposed you to be, and all that ripple effect and impact in your household, in your neighborhood, in your community, and throughout the world in your unique ways that God has packed into you. So let's dive into it. I will share my screen here and show you the step-by-step process, specifically about how we generated that $1 million check on a part-time basis. And there will be a little bit of bonus training in here alongside that as well, in addition to that $1 million there. So as we share the screen, I'm going to pull up some slides and jump into this here for you. So how to make $1 million part-time. And if you didn't see, that is a picture of the check made out to us for $1 million. And again, it's not $1 million total. This process didn't just generate $1 million only, but this just is a tangible result to show you that it is real and that you can do it too. And really, if I had to tell you in 30 seconds, how do we do it, is through our process we call collaborative leveraging. What is collaborative leveraging? Here's how we define it. Collaborative leveraging is simply plugging into certain people and processes that are already there in order to step into financial overflow right now. So my question for you is, how much would an extra $1 million help you and your family and your mission and your vision? If you had an extra $1 million come into your life over the next whatever period of time, right? Because some people go faster, some people go slower in their execution of this process that I'm laying out for you. What would that do for you? What would that feel like? What would you do with it? Money's just a tool. It's just a magnifier of what's really in people's hearts and minds when you dump a lot of money in people's lives and in their laps to see who they really are and what they do with it. So I'm just here to equip you, to help you financially to do more of those things in your heart faster and more powerfully, and to collapse time on itself. Now, in this session here, I'm teaching this process specifically on how we generated the $1 million. It is in a specific business model in a specific industry. But the thing I love about collaborative leveraging is its effectiveness is not limited to just this business model I'm about to show you in just this industry of real estate. I'm going to show you how we did this in real estate utilizing collaborative leveraging, but also in other businesses and other industries, you can utilize collaborative leveraging, which is really this here, being resourceful. So many people are living limited lives because they are making decisions based on what they think that they have or don't have personally, rather than making decisions through the lens of asking themselves the question, what do I have access to? Who do I have access to? And how can I get access to blank? This amount of money, this person, or this type of person, to make that thing inside your mind or heart, that idea to launch the business, to acquire real estate, to partner with someone, or whatever the case might be. That's the shift that has to happen. Instead of making a decision based on, well, I don't have this, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough knowledge, I don't have enough experience. You have to stop thinking and saying all of that. And it has to be replaced by and with, how can I fill in the blank? Who can help me get there and go in this direction? What do I have access to? Who do I have access to? How can I get access to who or what? A great book you should read, Who Not How, will help you immensely in what I'm describing there. So specifically in the context here for the $1 million check I showed, it is through real estate and through a specific strategy and model within the realm of real estate called the BRRRR strategy. You might have heard of this before. I want to share with you specifically how we execute the BRRRR strategy and what it stands for. So utilizing properties, the BRRRR strategy is all about, number one, buy right, renovate right, rent right, refinance right, and repeat. Because we add the right. I've never heard anyone say this with the right. This is our rendition of the BRRRR strategy. A lot of people talk about the BRRRR strategy, but they just say buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. The problem with that is you can buy wrong, or you can buy right and then renovate wrong. Or you can do the first two steps right. You can buy right, renovate right, and then rent out to the wrong person and destroy all your profitability. Or you could do the first three right, buy right, renovate right, rent out to the right person, but by refinancing it wrong into the wrong loan product, that could be a detriment to the profitability. And so that's super important. Now, the beginning, I actually lived in one of those units. I think it was the third unit from the right. It was one of those right in there. I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with my brother when I actually acquired my first rental property, which we still own today, many years later. So again, no matter where you're at right now watching this video, no matter where you've been, it is not relevant to where you can go from where you're at today. As long as you have the right recipe and the right level of desire and willingness to learn and grow and take action on information that can totally change your life in massive ways for the rest of your life. So that's where it was at the beginning. Now here's actually, so this was that property, the first property that I acquired when I was living in that 2-bedroom apartment with my brother. We actually still own it today, that property. It does look different now. We put a new roof and a new exterior on it, but we still own that property. It's been pumping out money, which again, that's the bonus training part of this. This training is not about cash flow. It's about the lump sum of the $1 million check, but you're going to get both. So Merry Christmas on that. Anyway, just having fun with you, but it's the truth. So it's not just the lump sums along the way part-time when you utilize the BRRRR strategy inside of real estate, acquiring assets in the right way with the right profit margin of equity and income to be able to refinance it to generate the lump sums, which I'm getting to, the lump sum, but also in addition to the lump sum, that $1 million check is ownership of an income producing asset. So we still own that today. It has pumped out a lot of money, but here's where the lump sum started and snowballed from there that turned into the $1 million check. $38,000 purchase price. This was years ago, and it was a bank repossessed distressed property. Now, I didn't know most of what I know today, so I actually bought it in a traditional manner with a down payment with a local bank mortgage. But since that day till now, many of the properties we've acquired and our students have acquired have been with no money of our own. So that's not necessary. I didn't want you to disqualify yourself on that point or tune out, because it's super important to stay to the end so you get the whole picture and you'll see how simple it is and how doable it is for yourself when you follow these steps. So this was really the rundown, the core components of this deal. Bought it for $38,000 purchase price, put around $8,000 down for a traditional mortgage with a local bank, put approximately $3,000 into renovations, which was just cosmetic, paint, flooring, stuff like that on the inside, and actually received back 100% of my money, the cash out of my pocket, the $8,000 down plus the $3,000 renovation, received all of that back plus an extra $7,000 tax-free in 60 days. How would you like to turn $11,000, approximately $11,000, into approximately $18,000 in 60 days? And not only that, the $7,000 being tax-free. Why was it tax-free? Because it was not a taxable event, because I did not sell the property. I refinanced it. Because I had bought it at a deep enough discount, improved it enough, when I went to refinance the original mortgage that I bought the property with, I actually refinanced it with the same bank. They refinanced their first loan, gave me a new loan that paid off the first loan, which gave me all of my cash back, plus the extra $7,000. So at the closing table, I signed the papers. I get a check back for approximately $18,000. That was my 11 back that I put out for 60 days, plus the extra 7. So now, instead of having 11,000 cash, now I have 18,000 cash, plus I still own this property now with $0 out of my pocket, right? Because all my money's back plus the extra 7. I still own it, and it's more than paying for itself. It's a cash pumping, profitable, income producing asset that was paying me while I sleep, and it still is many years later. That changed my life forever. Literally. Now, my life was already changed before the tangible reality happened by me learning this process, getting a mentor, reading the books, going through the trainings, and actually getting a mentor to help me do it. And so my life already changed by making the decision that I was going to go in that direction. But this is where the fruit of the tangible reality began manifesting, and I was hooked for life. Because I was like, man, this is the most simple, amazing, most powerful thing that we were never taught in school. We were not taught in school how money works, how to make money work for you. The people who design, you can look this up, you can Google it. You don't have to take my word for it. If you look up the people and study the root origin of the people that created the school system in the United States of America, don't know about it in every country, but the school system, the public school system, ran by the government, right? You can look this up. And he said, one of the founders, they said, we created this system to make people workers for their companies, right? That the handful of elite rich people owned. They did not create the system to create free thinkers, people to think for themselves, live, create their unique life with their innovation, creativity, all of that. Okay? That's a side note. I won't go down that trail. But the point is very relevant here, because when I saw this, I was like, this is so simple. Why didn't I ever learn this? I went through all these years of school. I have a bachelor's degree and master's degree, of which I use neither in real life. I can't actually even equate $1 of the millions of dollars we've generated and earned in real estate and the insurance industry and the education industry and other things we have our hands in business realms. I literally cannot correlate or relate one single dollar that I've made in the real world to the years of time and money and college degrees that I have. It wasn't through that system. It was through the life professors that I listened to and I learned from and I took action on, just like you're here listening to me, because I'm a life professor in your life right now. I have fruit in my life in the area financially that you want more of that. So you are listening and learning from me. What's a life professor? A life professor is someone who has the life in the area of life that you want, and they're willing to profess to you the path to get it. Financial freedom, financial abundance, financial overflow. I've been living that. That's been our normal life, way of life for many years. Now, we've helped many people do that. So I'm here professing to you the path on how to go from where you're at, no matter where you're at right now today, financially and otherwise, how to go from where you're at to where you dream to be and even beyond where you even dream or even know you can be in a relatively short amount of time, sooner versus later, because we're not promised tomorrow. So we need to be living life fully, freely, abundantly every day in every way. So back to the slides. Now, so that changed my life forever because I literally, once you've done something one time, you've proven to yourself you can do it and that you can do it again. If you've done something once, you can do it again. If you and again and again and again as much as you want to. So that's where the snowball started, right there with that property that turned into the $1 million check, right? Because that was the $7,000 of the million, right? Not counting mine. We're not counting my money, the seed capital, the 11,000, right? Just the extra, the bank's money, other people's money that's handed to me tax-free because we didn't sell the property. So it's not a taxable event. It was borrowed money against the equity in the property for buying it at a discount, less than what it's worth at the time of purchase, plus increasing the value by doing some cosmetic small renovations, generating that extra equity, then borrowing against that equity. You might think, well, oh, okay, well, that cash is actually debt. Here's the key that will change your life forever financially if you get a hold of this. It's so simple. Sometimes it's hard to get because we've been conditioned to think about money opposite by our family, friends, the school system, all of that, which makes you work for money instead of money working for you, trading time for money. That's not what this is about. This is the opposite. Okay. Now, here's the key. It's tax-free, number one, because yes, it was borrowed money. The bank that gives me the cash at closing, all my money back plus the extra 7, I still own the property that the tenants are paying rent every month, and that rent is paying for the mortgage payment, the taxes, the insurance, the maintenance, plus leftover, which is profit and cash flow while I sleep money, right? You're getting this, so you're getting the lump sum, plus you're getting cash flow, plus many other benefits, tax benefits, the equity growth and appreciation of the property going up in value, and debt pay down with the tenants, other people's money, paying down the debt balance on the property that you own. It's literally building your net worth and your wealth while you sleep and your legacy wealth for your children's children's children while you sleep with other people's money, paying that and doing that. So that's $7,000. And here's the thing. You say, oh, well, you got to pay that money back. Well, no, I don't. The tenants are the ones paying that debt, not me. I'm not going out and getting a job to get money to pay this mortgage payment. The tenants, the rental income from the tenants is paying the mortgage payment plus expenses plus profit on top of that. That's the key that changes everything. Once you know that and you realize to think about money and opportunity that way, utilizing other people's money to acquire income producing profitable assets and leveraging the equity into lump sums of cash out tax-free money, there's no limit. You can do it once, twice, a million times, however many times you want to do it. Opportunities are endless and they're all around. Now, so that 7,000 turned into the million plus cash flow there. So these are just some more. So after that first one, I was like, this is amazing. Let's do it again and again and again and again. So these are just a few of the houses that I went on to acquire, most of which were with no money out of my pocket, which is not the point of this teaching here. Watch other videos to find out those strategies on my YouTube channel about sourcing. We actually will hit on it a little bit here, but not going to go into depth on that. This is specifically about how to generate on a part-time basis the lump sum, the $1 million lump sum, right? To tell you exactly what I told you I would tell you. The title of this session is many more strategies and insights I can give you along the way in your journey of learning about how to make money multiply for you. But this is the point here. Now, we have many more properties than this now, but these were a few more of the homes that we bought along the way after this. And here's what I want you to know. If I can go from this, and that is a real picture actually of me in college. If I can go from that to this, that to this, then anything is possible. Take the limits off your mind, stop all assumptions, destroy all assumptions in your mind, all limitations to step into the limitless life. And actually, if you even look at the word itself, impossible, it's actually telling you a truth that you need to renew and remind your mind every day. It's that I'm possible. It's what the word impossible is actually saying when we take the blinders off our eyes and our mind to see what's really in front of us all day, every day. God put you here, made you in his image to live the I'm possible, limitless life of freedom and abundance and lead others into that as well. And here's one of the things, just a side note, we say cash flow is not the answer, cash overflow is. More than enough money, not just enough or not enough, more than enough money flowing into your life to live your highest purposed life uniquely that God designed and put you here and destined you to be, have, and do. However, many people, and it's okay if you find yourself in this situation today because that's changing from now moving forward, that you're learning, you're investing in yourself. It's time to learn these things from people who already know it and are living it so that you can learn it, live it, and then lead others. It's about life, to me, is simple. It's about learn it, live it, and lead it. Learn it, live it, lead it. That's the purpose. The purpose for me to learn how to become financially free wasn't just for me. It was for me first. But then it didn't stop there. Me living it is for me to lead it right here, for me to pour out and help you, equip you, empower you, lead you into the truth and the how-to and the path to accelerate you from where you're at to where you want to be and beyond. That's the whole point of life, to learn it, live it, and lead it. Lead people into what you've learned how to live. In this case, financially, that's the point. I came from a place of a lot of pain around the financial reality. Growing up in a household, I had amazing parents I'm so forever thankful for that loved God and loved us and instilled in us faith in God and belief in ourselves and belief in who God said we were and are. However, in the area of finances, there was a lot of stress, strain, struggle, and lack due to my dad battled depression through the years. And so he wouldn't work for years at a time. And my mom was waiting tables and doing things that she could to try to keep food on the table and things like that. So there was a lot of limitations, a lot of stress, strain, struggle. That was the reality, the environment financially of my experience for years. But I made a decision years ago, and that decision, if you haven't already made it, I encourage you to make this decision because the life we've been living for many years now of financial freedom and abundance and living life full time and helping others do the same and living our dreams and beyond our dreams and helping people live their dreams is a direct result of this decision I made years ago. And the decision was, and I'm going to show you visually, and you can screenshot it, you can keep it, put it on your phone, put it in front of you, print it out. I had it written on my whiteboard in my room when I was just out of college, living in my mom and dad's garage. But this made it happen. This caused it all to happen. It was the decision. And the decision was money is going to work for me. I'm not going to work for money. I had no idea how, but I made that decision. Money's going to work for me. I'm not going to work for money. That way I can live life full time personally and for my future wife, be there for her in every way, every day. And my future children and family. To be fully present, to help them, support them living their maximized life and all of their dreams as well. Because once you make a real decision, that decision, if it's true and you mean it and you're committed to it, it directs your daily decisions. So since I made that one decision, it's not about I got to get all these 100 decisions right. That's what people think. That's not true. The truth is, when I made that one decision, that decision directed my daily decisions. I didn't even have to think about it. It's an automatic filter on autopilot. Should I hang out with these people or should I hang out with these people? I don't have to think about it. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to waste. I don't have to get decision fatigue. I don't even have to waste time. It's yes, no, automatic because I already have one decision that's a fine filter for my daily decisions. Should I put this in my body that's going to drain my energy, or should I put this fuel in my body that's going to make me more mentally alert, more energized to go execute on the plan that I'm learning? Should I seek out a mentor who already has the answers, or should I go the long, hard way and try to figure out all the answers myself? Simple decisions because I already made the decision. I want to be there on the other side of money where money's working for me. I'm not working for money as soon as possible, sooner than later. So that's why I wasn't doing what most people were doing with their time. They're wasting it. I was investing it. I was investing it in myself. Like you are here watching this. If you're watching this and you've made it this far, you're one of the very few rare people, just so you know. Most people will never even invest this much time into themselves to learn and grow so they can live a greater life personally in all areas of life and an impact as an overflow of that as a result. So I made that decision, and here's the visual for it right here. You can look at it and you can take this. I encourage you to take it for yourself. Many people are in the first quadrant here. They are spending time for money. That's the grind. That's the hamster wheel. That's living in the matrix. That's survival mode. That's just enough or a little more than enough. It's not financial freedom and abundance. That's what the school system conditioned all of us to live in that and stay in that first category, running after money, trading time for money. Now, some people are in the second quadrant where there is some amount of money working for them and flowing to them. Maybe they're making dividends on stock investments. Maybe they have a little bit of passive income from a side hustle, something like that. But it's limited. What I drew on the whiteboard, and I decided there were going to be rivers of revenue flowing into my life. I didn't know how. At that point, I didn't even know it was going to be real estate and these other businesses that we have. I didn't know what it was going to be. I just knew this is what I would screenshot. If I were you, I would screenshot this right now, save it, print it out, put it on your mirror, see it every day. Make this decision. If you want this, which I'm sure you do, or you wouldn't be here listening and watching, it all starts with a decision. And the visual helps it. The greatest success book of all time, the Bible, confirms that. It says, write the vision, make it plain, write it, print it out, put this in front of your brain so that your eyes are taking this in and it's programming your mind. It's reprogramming your mind for what you've been programmed your whole life from family and friends and school system and society. It's reprogramming your mind every day by seeing this model and you saying yes to it and coming into agreement that the financial model of your life that you're going to live from now on is going to be this, moving in this direction, positioning yourself and your family and your future and the people you want to help that God's put on your heart financially, that this is going to be the financial model of your life. Now, if you're already in a job and it's your passion and purpose and dream and calling, awesome. Keep doing that and rock it out. You can do this. This is all part-time. Everything we've done here is part-time. So you can do this for legacy wealth and greater impact and being able to give greater. So it's not an either or. In God's economy, it's a both and in the kingdom. But that's what I did. I drew this picture on the whiteboard. And I said, that's the life I'm going to live. Financially speaking, this is going to be the financial model of my life. I was living in a garage, mom and dad's garage. I had no idea how. I didn't know. But because I made that decision, it put me on the fast track there because of that fine filter. And people call it the law of attraction, which actually biblically there is, what you think about and speak about, you bring about. Absolutely. There is truth in the principles that God created. But it's not just that. It's the other part of the coin, two sides of the coin. Yes, but it's also the awareness. Because here's the thing. Law of attraction, abundance and opportunities for you to step into financial freedom are all around you all day, every day. But if you don't have eyes to see and ears to hear and an awareness to see it in order to seize it, it doesn't matter. It's all around you. It's like in the Garden of Eden, they were surrounded by abundance and abundant options of all the most amazing food and everything ever that God created. And what was their focus on? Lack. The one thing that God told them they were not to have, that was their focus. And so you know what they did? They focused on that, walked through and passed all the abundance. I heard Myron Golden explain it like this. He said, think about it. They had to walk past all the abundance to pick the one thing, the lack, because lack was their focus. They had a lack mentality, focused on lack and not focused on the abundance that God had them in the midst of all around them. And this is where most people are still living all day, every day. They live a limited life because they're focused on limitations. Well, if we're focused on limitations, that's what we're going to get in our life. We're not going to make the right decisions that create abundance and the freedom and abundance. We're going to make decisions out of the lens, the mindset of lack, like I already talked about earlier. Okay. So that's it. Now, in the realm of real estate, the beauty is that $7,000 I told you about, that snowballed into the million because we just repeat, like the recipe said, repeat, repeat, repeat. Did it again, got another lump sum. Did it again, got another lump sum, got it again, another lump sum. Tax-free. So the $1 million check is just one example. We've generated more lump sums than that over time. And that's a side note. Think about it. Again, that's an extra million. That's totally separate and in addition to the cash overflow that perpetually pumps from these income producing assets. In this case, real estate, properties, but it could be businesses. It's all the same concept. It's all the same model. Owning income producing assets, whether that's real estate, whether it's businesses, whether it's IP, intellectual property that you're getting paid royalties on. Many different examples. Now, what I love about a proven process that's simple and powerful is that anyone can do it. It's not because, oh, well, David and Katie Marie have some kind of special education or family or background. It's none of that. It's because we are, what I told you at the beginning, you have to be, we are very coachable and teachable. We are humble enough and hungry enough to listen and learn and live it and take action on what the people that know things we don't know and are farther ahead down the path financially than we are to tell us how to get from where we're at to where we want to be financially and beyond. That's it. It's so simple. Now, here's an example, and there's many other examples. I didn't want to make this about that, but just to show you, it's not just us. Collaborative leveraging, the collaborative leveraging process, Caleb is a prime example. He's one of our students. He acquired not a property, he acquired a portfolio of properties. To be exact, actually, early on, as a student of us in his first few months, he acquired, 45 rental units. There was a total of about 9 properties or so. But 45 rental units with no money and no credit. Why? Again, and how did he do that? Collaborative leveraging. Like I've been talking about here all along. There's actually 5 parts of collaborative leveraging we're going to end with. But you can screenshot this and think about this. I've already talked about step 1 and why it's so mission critical. You have to make the decision. Nothing changes. We can wish it, we can hope it, we can pray about it, but until we make a decision, same with, for me, I'm a follower of Christ. All the blessings, all the goodness, all the amazing things in my life, I give God all the glory because I know my source and it's Him and my personal relationship with Him. I would not have the woman of beyond my dreams, Katie Marie, that I have. Our marriage, we've been married 9 years now. It's more amazing than I ever knew marriage could be. Our children, mind-blowing to me, the amazing richness of relationship and just this, it's indescribable. It's all because of our relationship with Him and His goodness and His promises and His principles and processes in the Bible that perpetually produce His promises of freedom and abundance. But none of that would even be here. I wouldn't even be here sharing this with you if it weren't for my decision to give my life to Christ and follow Christ years ago and decide that each day to go deeper in my relationship with Him. and learn from him and his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so I can become more of who he made me to be, and I can help others on their journey as well. And then the recipe, of course, you're getting here, the steps of the process. Execution. You can have the recipe all day long in the steps, but you have to execute and take action on it. And then alignment. You have to be aligned with the right people. You have to be around the right people. And the mentor is actually what helps you execute on all that. So I encourage you to get a mentor. We can be that for you, or you can get someone else, but get the right mentor that's right for you. And if you notice, the first letters of those words spell dream. If you want your dreams to come true, here is a recipe I've found for that. You make a decision, have the recipe to get you from where you're at to where you want to be. It's a GPS, it's a roadmap, it's the blueprint, it's the game plan. Execute on that, be aligned with the right people around you on your team, and have a mentor to help you do it the right way, most efficiently and effective quickly. So there's 5 parts to collaborative leveraging. And this is what they are: thinking, sourcing, assessing, funding, maximizing in the context of real estate. We're in the context of real estate in this session here today. So you can screenshot these for time purposes. I'm going to land this plane, but screenshot these. Number 1, the thinking part, read these. If you're committed to your success and financial freedom, your mindset is a must. The mindset shifts are a must. You can go try to do the other things and you will not have lasting, abundant, successful results. I've never seen it one time at all. And I don't know many people who have uncommon success financially. So screenshot this and read these books. Number 1, read these books, take notes, take action on what it's telling you, make the mindset shifts you're going to get there. And secondly, make sure you're surrounding yourself with the people every day who will enlarge your vision and your knowledge daily. Now, as far as sourcing the best, most profitable properties, they're everywhere because it's wherever people are, because people own the properties, right? But here are some great places to look. And you can just Google these and look, because I'm short on time for my next meeting here. So screenshot this, go into these places and have conversations, and you will find out motivated sellers that need to sell. You can get deeply discounted properties, which gives you that equity margin to do the refinance and pull out those large lump sums of tax-free money. Sourcing motivated sellers. How are you going to do that? Talking to people, finding out who owns properties and who's motivated to sell. The higher their motivation to sell, the deeper the discount you can get, typically, in most cases. After sourcing these opportunities on these properties, then you need to assess it. Now, here's the beauty, is with collaborative leveraging, go back to the definition of collaborative leveraging. You don't have to spend all the time doing all the research to come up with the answer on your own. There are people who already know these data points right here, and they can tell you. They're the seasoned investors in your local market. They're the people you'll meet at the local RIA meetings. You need to go to those. Collaborative leveraging is when you've got a property with a motivated seller. Now, instead of you trying to crunch all these numbers and wondering if you're right or not or accurate, you can just ask the person who already knows, because they're experienced in these components of the process. Now, after you assess it, you need to source some funding, right, to acquire it. Now, like I mentioned, of all the properties we've acquired through the years, most of the properties we've acquired have been with no money out of our pocket. I already showed you one example of one of our students, and we've got many other examples. Our students have acquired millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate properties with $0 out of pocket and no credit of their own. That should excite you. And this is a list of just some of the sources that you can do that through: private money lenders, equity lines of credit. And actually, we have a list of private money lenders that we've created through our network. If you would like that, just message us. You can check out in the description below how to contact us, in the description below this video. Get in contact with us, email us, contact us, and let us know that you would want the list of private money lenders, and we will send it to you. It's got their contact names and phone numbers. Equity lines of credit, personal lines of credit, business lines of credit, not just yours. All these people out here that have access to those equity margins, you could utilize those equity lines of credit to acquire income producing properties. That's no money out of your pocket, and you can just share the profitability with them in whatever ratios you decide to partner on. Investors, seller financing, credit cards, credit unions, banks, cash partners, friends and family. Money is everywhere. There's more money on this planet than ever before in the history of the world. It's easier and faster to get a hold of financial resources than ever before if you just know where to look and the right value to put in front of. Money is attracted to value. Write that down. Money is attracted to value. So when you present a valuable property that's got a lot of profit, you put it in front of private money lenders, investors, other people, you put it in front of us, like people who have money and have access to money, which you have more access to more money than you currently realize. You just don't know it, right? That's why you're dialing up your awareness of where it's at and how to access it. Money's attracted to value. And lastly, how to maximize profitability in real estate. We talked about the BRRRR. That was our core focus in this session. Buying it right, renovating it right, renting it right, refinancing it right, and repeating that process to generate both the lump sums of tax-free money and the continuing cash flow from the property. In addition to that, ways to maximize profitability in properties. You can screenshot this. These are some ways here. So with that being said, even though I haven't met you, I love you because God has poured so much love in me. I can't help but just love the people he made in his image. And he has got amazing things in store for you, way beyond your wildest dreams. No matter what you might feel like right now or believe or where you're at or who's around you, all that can change and change quickly and abundantly if you're willing and obedient to the truth. That's one of my favorite verses. If you are willing and obedient, you will eat the best of the land. So I encourage you to listen to this again, take notes, pause it, take action on this information. Reach out to us if there's any questions you have or any way you would like for us to help you in your journey. We would love to do that. If you want more help beyond just the YouTube videos that we provide in this channel, it's our passion, one of our greatest passions and purpose and dreams, to help you step into your fullness of your passion, calling, purpose, dreams. That's why we do what we do, teaching, showing, and sharing the things that we've learned and the lessons we've leveraged to step into greater and greater realms of freedom and abundance, not just financially, but holistically in all areas of life. God bless you, and I look forward to being with you in the next video.